Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Tuesday Night Raw Talk live here on the Gorilla Position Network. We're streaming through Facebook, YouTube, and tonight we are debuting on Twitch. The channel right now is known as Nicole J 2005 J Rum. That'll be changing soon by tomorrow. But we're up and loaded on 3 different networks right now. And I'm your host, Jason Rumble. In studio tonight with me is the son and my daughter. So basically 3/4 of the family is here with me. My guest, as usual, is AJP, Sidewalk Sam, Adam Jack Pelly. How you doing, buddy? How's that leg coming along?
It's all right, man. The swelling's coming down. I can feel like the separation between my leg and my cast.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's doing all right, man. Yeah.
Excellent. So, and as always, the dependable one and only, the APOC, Stiff Mike King. How we doing tonight, Mike?
Yeah, I'm a little tired today.
A little tired today. Other than that, things are all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right. So, before
Besides the stupidity I've been dealing with online lately.
We all, have to get along.
Well, I think you've been swapping spit with Forbes because you've been thinking like him, a clown mentality. Go on.
How do I think of a clown's mentality? Why? And
just
why
some of the stuff that you're posting about Adam Cole is just redundant and ridiculous.
No. And if you read like Joey Kilmartin would read the
okay,
things,
first of all,
just
not put me in the same category as that mindless freak.
All right, so don't put me in the same category as Forbes.
Why not?
Well, why can't I put you in Joey's category? A person that doesn't read and that just wants to hot-headedly go off the fucking charts just because that's what you like to do. Read what I wrote. I posted and wrote in my post, I don't believe this. And I put it up there. And I put it up there for banter and hysterics to see where it goes. Okay? And
yeah, I didn't even touch it with a 10-foot pole.
All right, yes. But then again, let me finish. If any one of us that's on this network has legit inside, and I'm talking like Vince McMahon's higher ups call us on a day-to-day level, like we're Peter Gammons from ESPN, then we shouldn't be on this. We should be with Devon, with Bubba Ray Dudley on the Cyrus XM Radio podcast, and things of that nature. So let's just face it. None of us here are experts. None of us realistically knows 110% that what we say is absolutely 110% correct. Let's just put that shit out on the table. So each one of us, to a person that actually knows what's going on, we're all the proverbial clowns in the one huge circus tent.
And Forbes is a regular.
So
if we're talking about Adam Cole for a bit,
yeah,
I was kind of reading some of the stuff and I was trying to start to believe it, and then they were saying he's going to make a run for the 24/7 championship, and that made me not believe anything that's out there. I can't believe anything that I read on dirt sheets, because everything on dirt sheets and everything, all these rumors, they're coming from Marks, all of them.
Well, I can tell you right now, he was offered $1 million contract.
I'm not doubting that at all. But then again, like we go to that podcast and Tony Khan's talking. Now, I sort of do believe that Tony Khan, now that I think of things, that he was being genuine now. upon him saying that there hasn't been talks legitimately with him and Adam Cole, because let's just put it to you this way. If I was Tony Khan, I probably would have said, yeah, we're talking to him, because that's realistically either going to A, jump up the price like Vince McMahon met with them and offered him $1 million.
Right.
Or B, Vince McMahon says, crap, this kid's already throwing around millions to people. He might take him away. So on two ends, either A, it lets him go, or B, it drives up the price even more for Vince McMahon to keep him.
So these other dirt sheets are saying, I don't know if to believe it or not, but he is the type of person that he does have that much stock that he could, his first night on SmackDown or Raw, and win a legitimate championship. He does have that much stock, guys.
I just think he has puny little arms, but besides that, I really think on a brand stage that is too like selected around the same, like NXT. If you told me SmackDown's going to have the same variety as characters as at NXT, then Adam Cole's your man, baby.
So real quick on the Twitch thing.
Yep.
Did you space the words or capitalize anything?
No, you didn't. You didn't give me anything capitalized.
No, there's no spaces, so it should work because I just.
It's all right. It's already.
The password was. I'm just saying, but the password was capital A P O C.
Yep. APOC. Yeah, I did all that right. I don't know
why you couldn't get in.
So, anyways,
that's weird.
I think that 2 weeks away from SummerSlam? What's it, next Sunday or next 2 Saturdays from now? Next Saturday.
Yeah.
The 21st. Yep.
2 weeks.
Yep. And then you have NXT the next night. Well, I guess we wait and see. You know what I mean? Because Cole does have 30. Cole does have Adam Cole actually doesn't have 30 days because he's working on what I call the Dolph Ziggler contract. I don't know if you guys know this, but Dolph Ziggler
Dolph Ziggler's working on a handshake deal.
Dolph Ziggler's been working on a handshake for almost 8 years.
No, it's not 3. Has it been 8 years?
8 years.
Wow.
When he was doing his comedy stuff.
Wow. I'm getting old and senile, so it doesn't really matter.
It's all right, buddy. We're all there.
No, I'm not. Just kidding.
Oh, come on now. So, anyways, a lot of stuff coming out of before we touch on a lot of stuff, whether it's real news or fake news, with the direction of NXT, and quite possibly the WWE's direction in whole. I kind of find it hard to believe that realistically he's gonna flop everything over to a big guy, young.
I'm not buying it. Not buying that one bit.
I'll be honest with you, yeah, Mike. I mean, it's hard to imagine that because
how are you going to take a brand that you put on USA Network, okay? Yes, it blows Raw out of the freaking water. You're going to take all this talent that you have right now. Yes, they released 12 people. I firmly believe they're making room for the younger guys because if you look how many people they had in the breakout tournament, it's 12. They released 12. The one person I do not agree with whatever, why would you release Bronson Reed? Doesn't make no freaking sense whatsoever.
Totally agree with you, Mike.
Yep.
Totally agree with you.
If Vince McMahon is truly looking to build a big guy under 30 league,
you keep him.
Yeah,
he's only 26 years old. So what they're saying makes no sense.
Yes.
But go back to what Rumble said like last week. Maybe they're going to sign him to a main roster deal.
After watching that, what?
They would have done it by now.
Yeah, after watching his, it was a video he released online. I don't believe that he's talking with WWE. After he said many doors are opening for him, I'm going to be.
I don't think so. I think either New to Japan or AEW. But again, AEW are flooded.
I think Impact, and the reason why I believe Impact is because he won't be underutilized there. He won't get lost in their shuffle. Let's just face it.
There really is no shuffle on TNA, to be honest with you.
Why doesn't he go back to Australia and start something there?
Because if he goes back, he can't come back in the country.
Have to come back here. His wife and kid love it here. Did you know? I believe Forbes, he put up the Bronson Reed post on. It was like a Twitch video. It was very touching.
He's not flushing nothing out, Forbes. I don't believe that. I don't believe that rumor whatsoever. I really don't think he's going to take a brand that's doing this well and just dump it. That would be the dumbest move ever. I don't believe it. Not one bit. Not one word that's released do I believe. No way.
All right. So now hear me out, Mike. On the other flip side of the coin, we all know how vindictive Vince is. Let's just face it. Vince has always had and under the assumption of is if he didn't create it, all else really is not good. Yeah, you know.
No, I get that. I get that. But you have to give the devil credit when the devil deserves it. And Triple H and Shawn Michaels are the devil right now, and they deserve all the credit in the world because they are going in a direction that the fans want to see. That's what they're doing. Leave it the fuck alone.
Vincent, listen, I really do believe this. Hear me out. Like I said, I have believed that over the past month, I don't think that the NXT product itself, I don't believe it's been as strong as the Gargano. Not the Gargano.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
The Gargano Ciampa domination that they had when AEW first began, and then a good year leading up to it, the steam they had that brought them off of the network onto mainstream television. I sort of do believe that Vince takes those numbers and said, look, we went head to head with this upshot league. We took viewers from Ring of Honor, we bought Evolve, we did all this stuff, and look at where that got us. We went head to head, and that company still, with their younger talent, it blew us away, Triple H and Shawn Michaels. And I really do believe, I'm not going to say I do, I believe that there's many flip sides to the coin, that quite possibly Vince is that vindictive and does not mind tearing it down to say, see, it failed. I honestly can believe on a flip side of the coin that a year from now is NXT still on USA on Tuesday nights. If things lean towards the way that they do now with the direction of what the product has become compared to where it was peaking 2 to 3 years ago, I believe that it becomes a WWE network only viewed program. And I believe you see it go back down to an hour program too.
So here's a mistake that they made when they were up against AEW. They replayed it on the network the next day. Still replaying it on Peacock the next day. If you want this product and this brand to be able to go head-to-head with another company, you can't replay it on the next day. Because if you replay it the next day, people go, I'll just watch AEW and I'll watch NXT tomorrow. So those numbers and those ratings don't mean shit because of the simple fact that NXT's played the next day.
Well,
the next day.
You do understand that the next day on Hulu, SmackDown, Raw.
Yes, I know that. I know that.
That's what I'm saying. Dynamite is played the next day on Hulu.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying.
I couldn't get Raw. Raw I couldn't get on YouTube the next day.
Right, but if
I looked it up. You can get AEW, you can get NXT the next day, but Raw they'd have highlights and stuff, but they wouldn't show the whole show on YouTube.
I mean, if you really want to look at it and break down the numbers, a lot of people stream TV now. They don't watch TV back of the Monday Night Wars. So the numbers are like, I don't even consider the rating numbers to be anything because of the fact that people can stream it 4 days later and watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm a huge proponent of the numbers nowadays. It don't lie, because I'm realistically not watching AEW live or NXT live. I record it, but the Nielsen ratings do take a recording off of DVR boxes. But
yes, but not streaming though. They don't take it.
But listen, until they can tell the streaming numbers, the only way you can tell if the WWE is hurting is by the money it makes at the gate.
Tickets.
Yeah, ticket sales. And to me, like, Monday Night Raw didn't seem like it's suffered by numbers. To me,
Monday Night Raw wasn't bad until fucking that stupid fucking doll.
I'll be honest with you. I rewound it. I thought, see, we're adults, man. And I'll say this again. I'm not a fan of the Alexa Bliss gimmick, but let's face it. When we were 12,
Capelli. Here we go.
13, and Capelli's right. He's absolutely right. Sorry, he's right. Some of the goofy stuff that the Undertaker did with the urn, when Papa Shango put the curse on the Ultimate Warrior, he goes black. Like, we was kids, we were loving it. We ate that crap up. So this generation of that junk, that when our parents or elders were sitting there with us on that day when they seen goofy ass crap like that, they look at us and we're like, oh wow, that's awesome. And they look at us and go, for real? We're that aunt and uncle that was on the couch going, how the hell can you watch this? It's the truth. It is the truth.
But I thought the finish with the doll, that was poop, man.
What? I'm not going to disagree. But can I tell you, my son thought it was kind of cool how the doll winked. I had to rewind it just to see how they were able to blend in the background of the crowd with the doll on the corner post.
You could put a fart puff on live TV now and people seeing it.
So I rewound it 2 or 3 times just to see what the background was. And it was, I'll tell you, they were pretty spot on. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to be like, wow, that was great. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, but the story was...
I'll be honest, I would have loved to have been in the arena to see how they played that off to the fans. Did they put that on the Jumbotron?
I'm sure they did.
The story with Orton and Riddle made the whole night from beginning to end.
Hey, fingers, have enough balls and take your fingers and come up on here and say your piece, you pink-hatted pansy. I didn't say that. I'm not a fan of it. But there are kids at home. Okay.
I wonder if the Pink Hats hate the Red Sox right now.
Not only that, there's people at home, okay, the kids that like that spot. And I will reiterate, Forbesy, while you were probably sitting there at 12, there was probably people around you that said that is freaking retarded, and you were running laps around the block going, oh my God, I can't believe what I just seen on wrestling. It was awesome. Goose came out of the Ultimate Warrior's face. Oh my God, Papa Shango put the curse on him. The Undertaker, he
Without
rose.
Pedroza.
He rose when the urn came up, and a big beam of light hit the urn, and the Undertaker floated over the crowd. You idiot. Yeah, I'm on the shooting idiot. Yeah.
I want
Let's
to
start
try
talking Raw, Rumble.
What is this one? 2-11 since the deadline. Yep, they suck right now.
Hey.
I didn't use an English accent, you dummy. I didn't care if you didn't use an English accent, dummy.
You know, he is a typical keyboard tough guy warrior.
Oh my
Get your
God.
ass on here and talk shit.
Oh, he is.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
come on here and talk some crap.
Or are you too busy playing with your dogs?
He's too busy grabbing his cucumbers and his eggplants out of his garden and polishing them.
Yeah, he's
It's
polishing
not
them, all right.
Yep, my kids are around.
I know. That's why I stopped.
I want to tell you one thing.
Okay, tell them one thing.
Do you know Randy Orton's back?
Yeah. As
Let's
a
start
heel.
talking about Orton. Let's go. Let's talk about Raw.
If they're going to be on there, you're not going to talk like that.
I'm not talking.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What did I say?
Cucumbers and eggplants.
This is it's a garden joke.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Hey, Nicole.
I am the dog. You are the dog king. All right, let me look this up. So we begin the night off, and Randy Orton comes out, and I knew that Riddle wouldn't be too far behind.
I thought it was one of the best promos starting off Raw in a long time.
Yep.
That's how
You
Raw.
know Orton's going to stay heel. You know that, right?
What is that?
Orton's going to stay heel. They need a heel. They need a heel on Raw to hate.
Well, the way
They're going to win the
Miz,
tag titles. I don't think it's going to happen.
the way Miz was running him seems like he's coming back soon. The way he was running around in that up that
Actually,
stage.
he's been clear for a while.
How did he come back so quick from a?
Because he didn't tear it. He pulled it. He sprained it.
Interesting.
That's why he's got the knee brace on. They need him. They need a heel. They need somebody on Raw to hate. Even though Karrion Kross did a pretty good job of it last night.
Yeah, we'll get to his match right now. I'm just getting to the.
Hey, on the main event.
Calm down, buddy. Chill out. We go in order here. We don't go out of order. We talk about Randy Orton first. Where the heck is the scroll button? I hate this page at times.
I don't know why you use them.
It's my computer. I can't. The little clear thing that makes the page come down. You.
What's this?
No. You don't press that. Press that. I'll be. Who the heck knows? Just looking for the clear little button. Come on, you.
Dude, Dexter Loomis and what's her face are on a date, and she's doing all the talking. It's great.
This stinks. I hate this thing when it does this.
This is so awesome right now.
Well, you know what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to get the scroll button on the side of my laptop, and it's not appearing for me. Where the fuck is that?
Mouth. You just got yelled at for swearing.
Yeah, I know. This thing. Like, I wish that there was another way I could control this thing.
3 hours later.
Oh, all right. My daughter just found it. See, have an 11-year-old next year. They're computerized. All right. So, yep, we begin off. We have that great promo, which later on in the night it will lead to a match between AJ Styles and Randy Orton.
Match of the night. Match of the night.
Buddy, there was a listen.
There's a few matches tonight.
I don't know what people expect to happen on Monday Night Raw. That people going to light each other on fire in order for people to like think the show is good. And like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Other than having to see Charlotte Flair, I thought the show was pretty decent. I thought it was.
I'll tell you right now, 2 matches that bothered me was Flair coming out yet again, and then the whole Piper Niven versus Alexa Bliss match wasn't that great. Other than that, the rest of the night I thought the matches were good.
I thought Alexa Bliss did a couple of cool new moves that I didn't expect to see from her out of that. But let's just get to the first real match of the evening, which pits Drew McIntyre versus Baron Corbin. And basically Corbin has been hired because he's on his down and outs, and he'll take a job from anybody right now.
I love that gimmick. Yep, oh, my God.
He's come over from SmackDown and for the evening, and he was there as Jinder Mahal's, paid mercenary. And Drew McIntyre put it over basically as they didn't want no part of him because of his big sword named after his mother. But it is what it is. Charlene, I believe he says the name of his sword is.
I think Corbin is going to get that one break that he starts getting on the upswing, and he's going to become more dominant king than ever, going to have more money than ever, and become a bigger heel than ever.
You're making him into a major baby face right now.
I see Baron Corbin becoming the next
major baby face
of the WWE. I do. All right.
Why are you shaking your head, Pelly? You can't see it?
I'm trying to see it, like, because he's such down and out. They're not like, if he was a bum from the beginning. If he was a bum from the beginning, if he was a bum from the beginning, they'd be cheering for him from the start. But they still see him as that no class. They still see him as a no class king that didn't care about anything. And now that he's bowing, they want to cheer him. They want to boo him more than ever. But
they're not. They started.
What did you want?
$30,000.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm
catching this the wrong way.
Listen. I always put up agree to disagree, and yes, I believe right now they're building Corbin in to be the lead face of the WWE. This even goes more on to what I touched about a couple of weeks back about an article that a wrestling insider wrote about Baron Corbin having the same type of elevation through the WWE universe as Randy Orton. And people agree with me. He basically is doing the same thing.
But I'm thinking even if he does turn babyface, somehow they're gonna turn heel. This guy was an amazing heel, and I think he can take that into the moon like a world championship heel. This guy was a great heel.
Well, him being a babyface and the way they're building it will give him a world title.
Yep. That's what's going to happen. I can see it.
Well, we can agree. We can agree on one thing then, that somehow, some way, this guy's got a world title in his future.
Oh yes, that I agree. And I also agree that he is one of the top heels in the WWE, and the WWE right now, it's working with the fans, Pelly. Like it's working with the fans. They are becoming sympathetic. I bet you the next thing that happens, you're going to start camping out in front of the venues and getting money donated to him like a guy I know.
Dude, they are. Listen, they started a gimmick GoFundMe page, and it hit 30 grand. They had to shut it down and give the money back. Not even kidding you.
So I thought the ending of this match, I thought the match itself, I think that Bleacher Report is not giving it its just due. They gave it a C. Watching Drew McIntyre do those belly-to-belly release overheads to Baron Corbin was impressive all on its own and deserves way higher than a C. And, let's just face it, Vince, they're not wrestling matches like UFC. Vince writes wrestling matches like it's a play and like you're going to see Barnum and Bailey Circus or Disney World on Ice. Last night's finish was a WWE Universe finish that's not meant for a guy that's 40 and 50 years old that has no kids or has kids that's grown up that is going to realistically understand and love that finish of where Corbin grabs the mic or I believe it was McIntyre grabbed the mic and asked him what he wanted 100 grand, then 200 grand, gave him the 1, 2, 3 and the Claymore. My son came unglued when the kick happened. He thought it was awesome. Me being a dad, I was enlightened because my son was happy. Now, if my son was 20 years old and could care less about professional wrestling and I was sitting there, and if my son said, Dad, that was absolutely retarded, and I'm sitting there loving it, yeah, we got problems. You know what I mean? I look at it this way, the stuff that we used to love 25 years ago, we had a different mentality. I thought the wrestling itself, I thought it was a good match. And me, the old schoolness part of it, I liked the ending. I thought it was cool. I thought it ended like a story. And the fans ate it. I bet you Jimmy Fingers, on the other hand, didn't like it.
Well, what does he like?
I do know that loudmouth guy that I said is obnoxious, but he says some stuff that comes from a fan's perspective. I do know that he made a post, and then that guy said, and this is a Monday Night Raw, absolutely. Dude, Monday Night Raw should suck for a guy that he's probably in his late 30s, okay? He's a booker and a music man for a local indie professional wrestling company. And that studio is probably his living room, a.k.a. his bedroom, down his mother's cellar where he lives. So, a kid like that, realistically, Mike, should not like WWE wrestling.
All right, well, let me clarify on your. Let me touch off on your statement that you just made. Just because you do music for a local independent federation or announcing for a local federation doesn't mean you know what's going on. Just like you had a backyard federation when you were a kid, doesn't mean you know what's going on in the business. So that kid's a clown and has no clue as what the hell he's talking about. And yes, you're right. Some of the stuff on Raw should suck for somebody in their late 30s, early 40s, or even our cases, our late 40s. Yes, I agree with that. But he's annoying as hell. And every time it's posted on freaking Gorilla Position, my skin crawls because he has no idea what the hell he's talking about. And I know that clown doesn't get it.
Fans' perspective, Mike, and the fans listen to his garbage. And I'll guarantee there's probably boys in the business that put his podcast on just to have a good laugh at the stuff that comes out of his mouth.
Oh, God, yeah.
And, I mean, not for nothing, but there's guys that sit on the WWE panel for the pre-shows.
Can you
That-
look at this?
Yeah, they were never in the business, but they get the they get the respect back from like JBL and Booker T and Paul Heyman, like that ugly redheaded guy that couldn't even win a match if he played it on PlayStation or had a wrestling figure matchup. He'd still lose. And then you got the other guy there, Paul Rosenberg or whatever he is there, the bald guy that, like, those guys got nothing to do with wrestling, but their word is well respected.
Well, the reason why their word is well respected is because they're brought along by people that have been in the business for 20 or 30 years. So so just to touch off on that, I'll give you a perfect example. So
Look at this close button.
Michael Morris is part owner of APW.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm getting a lot of little bites.
He bought into the company as a fan. And he had two people in his corner and in his ear and brought him along in the business, and now he's well respected. And one of the two that helped him was myself and Brian Malonis.
Yeah.
And I could have been the stiff Mike of old and just shunned him because he's never been in the business. But I like the kid, I respect the kid, so I help him.
Yeah.
So it all depends on the type of person you are. If you come across as a cocky SOB, you're going to get that. But if you come across as a respectful person and respect the business, and know that you know nothing about the business, then you'll get respect. That's where I'm going with it.
Yeah. Hey, listen, everybody has an opinion, man. Everybody has a way that they look at things. I just, I do. Sometimes the fans do piss me off, but then at the end of the day, they're the ones that are buying the tickets. They're the ones that are buying the merch, that watch the show, that give the ample opportunity and stage for people like you, myself, and others to perform in front of. So it may be their opinion, but sometimes their opinion, they're the ones spending the money, and that's what they see, unfortunately. Do we agree 110% of the time? No. It's almost like the fans of sports talk radio and we're the players, and we don't like what they're saying on the local sports talk radio. What we do, they probably don't listen to the sports talk radio. But either way, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Without them, there's nothing to perform for. There's nothing to have fun with. So
Speaking of performing, so this Saturday coming up, I'm wrestling for Kevin Landry, and somebody who's not supposed to be wrestling is going to be there, and I'm going to kick his ass.
Who?
Who are we talking about?
Randino?
Failure. Yeah.
That's all up to the promoter. You know what I mean?
Whenever I saw that, I lost my mind. Like, you can't let him work.
Well, supposedly he'll know his whole situation on the 14th. So, listen, I had a long talk with him yesterday. He did tell me.
Daddy, I gotta tell you.
What, buddy? What?
I have 3 bugs.
You have 3 bug bites? Yeah.
I have 3 bugs bites.
So I told Brandino, I expressed to Brandino my concern of him wrestling, because with what he has, and at any time that it could rupture, and is dying in the ring worth it, getting a $25 payday worth it. And he put it over to me that wrestling saved his life. It's the only thing that keeps him sane. And I was like, dude, you can still go to the shows and rub elbows. I go, because let me tell you something. And I told him the exact words that the day after my father came to and was of his wits after getting his quadruple bypass and femoral artery graft. And my dad goes, you never know how much you want life until you're literally on your deathbed. So I said that to him, I'll be honest. Yeah, I don't see how Kevin Landry hasn't looked up stage 5 kidney failure and the repercussions.
Well, I'll be there, and if he's not feeling good or looking good, I will tell Kevin Landry to not put him in the ring.
He's under the impression if he just takes it easy and does what he has to do, that he's all set. He reiterated that if he did take a blow hard enough to that area, that things could happen. But I'm like, buddy, you can take a bump bad, and then you're screwed.
Yeah, he should not be wrestling, dude. He should not be wrestling. I was going to blow the show off and not go, but then I saw him, on the card. I'm like, well, now I got to go because I can't. No.
So the next match of the night we'll get to is a rematch of Jeff Hardy and Karrion Kross, and I'm surprised James Forbes isn't on here saying that Jeff Hardy jobbed out to Karrion Kross, because I'll be honest with you, there was a point in this time in this match where I thought Karrion Kross was about to put over Jeff Hardy once again. I'm going to hand the floor over to you fellas. Pelly, give us your insight. What did you think about the rematch of Karrion Kross and Jeff Hardy?
If a guy beat me, even though I'm the NXT champion, my first night on Monday Night Raw, and he beat me, the next time I saw him, I'd be way more dominant on him, which I thought he should have been more dominant in the match. I would put more heat on him in the match. And in my opinion, even though he's the NXT champion, I think this guy's way overrated. Way overrated. So
I agree with him being overrated because he's got exposed by Cole and by Gargano. Gargano more in the ring than on the mic. The part he should have been booked that way from the beginning, but we all know that he's still eating the proverbial poop bag because he's still got some heat on him from his antics of having a fit because his girlfriend got hit with a water bottle. So, that being said, I think they're starting to redeem him a little bit because the beating he laid on Hardy afterwards is what he should have been doing from the beginning. But, yes, he is overrated. Very much.
Yeah, I agree.
And
it's funny how you watch him train. Yep, go on. It's
you
funny
can definitely tell. You can definitely tell by watching him in the ring, he can't lead a match whatsoever. So that whole NXT championship with him against everybody, three quarters of that match he wasn't even involved in because he can't.
It's like he puts in all the effort, but the effort is lost.
Because he's another typical 6'7" juice head that can't really work. His matches need to be quick, short, and to the point. He's basically, I'm not saying another Goldberg, but he's along that lines.
Okay. He's a way better worker than Goldberg.
Yeah, I'm not saying Goldberg. But what I'm saying is if you tried to have a pure wrestling match and do hold for hold, he'd be lost.
Okay.
Like somebody like Regal in his prime would embarrass that kid in 2 seconds. Just like
if you're trying to compare Goldberg and Karrion Kross, Goldberg has way more intensity than Karrion Kross.
I wasn't comparing them. I was saying that his moveset is limited. That's a better analogy. So Goldberg's moveset is like 5 moves. Karrion Kross his character and the way he's supposed to be built is supposed to be this monster that beats everybody up and nobody can touch him. But then when you get into the ring with somebody who can actually work,
he's going to be exposed.
Exactly.
Check over around there for a piece that has two prongs and a wire hanging out of it. Yep, there it is. So I found the piece that I'm looking for. Hopefully my thing is not totally broke. Let me see something here, fellas, real quick.
Can't hear you, Rumble.
Nope, nothing. 0.0.
No, Rumble.
No. It's like he's mute. At least he's got the mute button on because he's a ding dong.
I think you might have got it. No.
Pelly, if you ever can hear him, keep saying no.
Could you really hear me?
No, we could not. Swear to God.
I can hear you. I think because I started that, I would have to go back in. Man, I'm pissed now.
You broke it when you were trying to try.
That makes me mad.
You probably broke the red thing.
You probably broke the red thing while I was trying to bend it, you bitch.
Danny!
Mom,
That's not swearing.
that's a bad word.
Bad
All right,
word.
so to get to that match on the Jeff Hardy gimmick, they gave that match a B-. What did you guys think about Jeff Hardy carrying Cross this week?
You already talked about it, Rumble.
I thought Jeff Hardy carried Cross again.
Yeah.
I thought it was a decent match. I don't think it was a B-. I think it was like maybe a C+.
Yeah.
The part that I like the most is that they finally put him over as a monster or a super heel is when he jumped Hardy afterwards and beat the crap out of him. That's what needs to be done, because once that NXT title comes off of him, that's how they have to book him. Because if you put him in a ring with somebody who can actually work, he's gonna get exposed real quick.
Yeah. So, all right, next thing here is the the Alexa Bliss dude Pipe and
Pass.
Evans.
Yes.
Yeah.
The thing that stood out to me was the crowd started chanting, "We want Wyatt." And
Speaking of that, has anybody seen the latest tweet?
no.
Maybe he's gonna return at
Something smells in Denmark. I'm telling you right now, because
What?
he's using the Bray Wyatt WWE Twitter, and he just posted a new mask, a drawing of a new mask. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to bring him back. Something's up. Something's definitely up.
So it's
The only
not
thing-
it's not under Wyndham Rotundo, it's under Bray Wyatt.
The only thing that impressed me a little bit in this match was how Alexa avoided the offensive dewdrop with the size disadvantage.
Yes. I thought the match was
But to
decent.
get a win off of the ball is ridiculous. But anyways,
Okay, so I'm going to read their analysis. It's the only one I've read thus far tonight. The doll winked. WWE actually showed a close-up of the doll just so it could add a digital wink. This is the thing that happened in a WWE match. Credit where credit is due. Bliss continues to put everything she has into the gimmick, and more often than not, she makes these segments entertaining. However, this match was a complete waste of everybody's time. It did nothing to further the storyline, if you even want to call it that. Drew Doudrop, a.k.a. Piper Nevin, continues to be an impressive competitor between the ropes, who is in a no situation with Eva as her mentor.
She can definitely work.
Yeah. So then we get to a match that essentially at the end builds and solidifies the United States Championship match for SummerSlam, which puts one Damian Priest against Sheamus. But let's get to the match at hand. We have Sheamus in I believe it was a Money in the Bank or a WrestleMania Backlash rematch of the Irishman known as Ricky O'Shea versus Sheamus. Battle of the Irishmen. What do you guys think of this match?
Want to go first, Mike, or me?
No, you can go ahead.
I liked it. I liked Sheamus's veteran control throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
And how the mask was used throughout, defensively and offensively. That nice cross body onto the commentary table. That was real nice. Ricochet's fighting back throughout the whole match. It was and then Sheamus going over with the big bro kick. It was just a great babyface heel classic match. You had your technical babyface and you had your scrubby hated heel. I enjoyed the match very much.
All right, Mike.
Yeah, it was a good match. I think they're just gearing up for they're priming it for Sheamus. Well, Sheamus is going to lose the title anyways because I guess he's going on his honeymoon or whatever. He's getting married, I think, right after SummerSlam or something like that, from what I read. So, But yeah, I mean, the whole face mask gimmick, he's playing it off pretty good.
Yes, I loved it how he did that. Ricochet goes from the top rope, and it's the head-to-head collision, and that's what basically gave him the match. Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. Like I said,
I liked how they introduced the ending of the match to the next match with Damian Priest coming up.
Yeah, I love that that aisle interaction there between the Miz and Morrison, along with the leaving ringside Sheamus. I thought that was quite interesting. I think you'll see indie promotions start doing some stuff like that, because indie promotions always follow the mainstream and tend to take some things from there, because face it, that's where the fans come from. Me myself, I thought the match was great. I love the way they wrapped it up. I love the way Priest came out, did his thing, and then proceeded into the match with Johnny Drip and proceeded to drench Miz with the drip sticks. I thought it was an entertaining match. Definitely a high C grade. I don't think it's ever disappointing when Morrison's in the ring, and Priest is a talented individual himself.
Yeah,
that whole ending with the Miz getting up out of the wheel, that's setting up the feud between the Miz and Morrison.
Oh, all right,
right on, yeah. And I like
if you saw the look on Morrison's face after he stood up and ran.
Yeah,
happy.
The match between Morrison and Priest. I like Morrison as a heel more and more each time. I like Priest the babyface more and more each time.
Priest the great baby. I'm putting it. I'm saying it right here, right now. I believe Damian Priest. When people say that Vince isn't billing people, I beg to differ. I give you him right there. I give you Damian Priest. They're building Damian Priest. Damian Priest is ready to take over. They're building Matt Riddle. They are building characters for tomorrow. I'm sorry.
They're also in a roundabout way. They're building Ricochet again.
And they're building and the continuous elevation of Baron Corbin.
Yep.
So yeah, when people say, "Oh, they're not," it's just so many select people. You know. Yeah, I'm dying to see where the WWE goes from here. The match that I really enjoyed last night was watching New England's own Dominic Dijakovic, a.k.a. Dijak, now known as T-Bag, T-Bar, whatever you want to call him. Yep, T-Bar, T-Bag.
Stop it!
Teabag.
So
See, now you're gonna get in trouble. Say that. It's a bad word.
That's your bad.
It's a bad word. It just is. It's a bad word. Because Daddy's just trying to be a wise guy. All right. So this match right here between T-Bar, otherwise Dijak to me, I'd like to see him and his buddy snap out of this thing and become their own. I think it would be really cool. But then again, they're doing an incredible job at this, at the Ascension gimmick that the Ascension could not get over.
Right.
And people like they're like the Ascension merging with Authors of Pain. And I like the job they're doing.
Yep.
I still feel they get better over. They took off that face paint and just
I'm not gonna disagree.
In a way I agree, in a way I disagree, because I think that if they come back out as the original after a while, because then they don't fit as a tag team.
Yeah.
All right.
At least this way, tag team. So real quick on NXT, just like quickly, I just wrote an article that USA, the executives at USA are not happy with what's going on with Raw or NXT. And they're putting pressure on McMahon to leave it alone.
Really?
Yep. They are not happy with the releases. They are not happy with changing the direction of NXT. They feel that NXT can be a lot bigger than it is, and that they should just leave it alone.
I agree.
We'll see what happens.
I don't understand why Vince can't just evolve with what's going on and keep with the direction on what was supposed to happen. Building a product that gets the demographic of fan that wasn't ordinarily watching your product.
Because he's 75 years old and he's set in his ways. That's why.
Yes, but the whole original standpoint on why he built NXT and took over all these indie promotions, because his exact words were, the independents have made a comeback. I want their fans. I want their wrestlers.
Well, we'll see what happens, because now he's I-rated Fox and so we'll see what happens.
You mean Fox and USA are irate with him?
That's what I said. He I-rated Fox and USA.
All right, you skipped out. So then we get to, God bless her, but I don't know if this gimmick has played its way in just the 2 months that she's done it. But, I don't know if Nikki Cross is, I don't know. I think I know what it is. It's the accent. It pushes her being, how can I put it? Her feistiness with her accent impedes her speech. It drives me crazy.
That's why she's almost Rumble. Almost.
And I thought it was quite funny on how I believe it was Rhea Ripley said that can she get in touch with her dark side?
Could be coming.
Could Nikki Cross? Could she morph back into the sinister Nikki Cross?
I'd love to see that. That would be good storytelling.
Yes.
She snaps out of being a goofy superhero, keeps the title, and becomes a psychopath again. That gets my interest.
I only say that because hey, it not even being a worker, it's just understanding some of those key aspects on understanding television.
Right.
And Rhea Ripley said that. I was like, wait a second. Does she do a Finn Balor? Does she do a reverse Finn Balor?
Should be.
And go from a superhero back into Nikki Cross, the psychopath that doesn't talk, that just goes, ripping her hair. Yep.
Well, a lot of stuff that's going on right now in WWE and all this crap going on, I'm kind of thinking that could WWE just be messing with the fans for the fun of it?
Yep.
Like evil genius, just start toying with people, and then all of a sudden they come out of nowhere and pull off all this crap at SummerSlam. Everyone's back to being happy.
Can I tell you something though? Another way I look at this stuff is the WWE, like, it's not like Raw had to take all their fans and put them on one side, and like Vince is giving tickets away or merchandise sales are down. Things are business is booming.
Right.
So to come out and talk about these things, it's just.
That's why I think he's just trying to piss as many people off as he can, and then go, "Ha ha! I swerved y'all." You know what I mean? That's what it seems like. Like he's making money, right? And put it past him to start. Hey, let's screw with the fans and see how many we can piss off, and then go, "Gotcha." I don't know. It doesn't seem like either that or he's going senile and he's just doing stupid stuff for no reason.
There we go.
Some of the stuff he's doing doesn't make any sense.
I seen this fake article earlier, and it said, "Could Vince McMahon really be part owner in AEW?"
I read that too. It's a good possibility. It really is.
Yeah. I was told by a history teacher in high school that Pepsi and Coke were owned by the same people.
Listen, at this point in stage of the game, I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't say here's $5 million or whatever. Let's get your company off the ground. Let's have some competition. Because it has come out that Triple H and Cody Rhodes talk on a daily basis.
Yes. And it's also known that at first we all thought that was Cody trying to realistically insult Triple H, and it was him paying homage because that's truly who his favorite wrestler is.
Yep.
He's always been a Triple H mark.
So that's not necessarily what goes on in front of the ring. It goes on behind the curtain.
Exactly.
Yes. So let's break it down real quick, okay? So you have that article come out. You have Cody Rhodes saying, "I talk to Triple H on a daily basis," and it ended up being true. Then you have Chris Jericho on the Broken Skull sessions that Steve Austin had to get permission from Vince McMahon to let Chris Jericho on. And they talked about TNA. They talked about AEW. They talked about all the stuff that happened from when he left and why he left and why he went to New Japan. Like, nothing was really held back. So, could that article be fake? Could be. Could the article be real? Who knows? But I wouldn't put it past Vince. He did it with ECW.
Yep. And imagine if he said, listen, what if he knows, what if Tony Khan already made himself prevalent? Like, how does this multi-million-dollar kid who's a wrestling fan, how can we not be convinced that he hasn't met Vince McMahon before?
Of course he has.
Like, he just didn't become a wrestling fan yesterday and say, I got millions of dollars. Can you talk to me? Like, there's just something. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
I wouldn't
doubt it.
Like, so, all right, let's take a couple releases. Aleister Black. They just started doing vignettes and packaging them and doing the Dark Father gimmick. All of a sudden, he's released. And if you look at it, you want to be a conspiracy theory, which I will be today. He's continuing the gimmick with the eye from WWE. Same eye that was blinded. So either he's really old school and continuing to work the fans, or something's up.
And as we were talking the other week or the other day, Edge and Christian are getting on the high level platforms again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Christian does it. I'll be honest. Christian just does it out of jealousy.
Yeah.
He does it out of jealousy. Because if he didn't want to do it out of jealousy, he would have accepted the contract that the WWE had initially given him at I believe it was whatever the last pay-per-view he showed up on. He was offered a contract.
A Legends deal.
And he didn't want to take it.
Nope. He wanted to wrestle full time, and I respect that.
Yeah.
But let's look at Daniel Bryan. Do I think that he signed with AEW? Yeah. Do I think that Vince said, go do what you got to do, then come back? Yep. CM Punk. WWE has come out and said they do not want to do business with CM Punk. Do I believe that? Absolutely not. Not one bit do I believe that they don't want to do business with him. Because of the simple fact that, and I swore and I apologize. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear, but I do believe they want to do business with him. And I think that because it's not really 100% confirmed, it's going to be a big score by both Punk and WWE. Who knows?
So there hasn't been 100% confirmation on CM Punk yet?
Nope. It's all here.
Okay, it's all here. I'm going to say that. Okay. And I'll be honest with you, other than Bronson Reed getting the release, I know we're not talking about that anymore, but I think he's the only guy that really was prevalent to that whole NXT release. All the other guys meant nothing. Kona Reeves, he's never going to get away from looking like a poor physique Rock.
Yep. Bobby Fish is a victim of his age.
Yep. And I heard that he's coming back as a performance center
coach.
Quite possibly coming with it's going to be a performance center trainer.
Yep.
So what do you think of Nash and Rhea Ripley so we can wrap up Raw?
All right, good.
What do you think, Kelly?
What I like the most about Rhea is how she worked the injury the most of the match.
Yep.
The abdomen and the arm and stuff. And Nikki fought back like she should, but it was like Rhea working the injury gave Nikki a lot of sympathy. Like she's the almost. It's like she calls herself almost a superhero because everything she does, she's not there yet. Like if she's almost a superhero, why would she get the title yet? She's not there. She's almost. I don't know. Maybe you know what I'm getting at though.
Yeah, buddy.
But then I thought the match went well until Charlotte Flair came out.
Yep.
But
So
yeah,
there's been rumors floating around that Charlotte Flair is on her way out of the WWE and going to AEW. I don't buy that for one bit.
it'd make you happy, Mike.
It would make me happy, but I don't buy it. For them to keep injecting her into the main event for the women's title is not somebody who's on her way out the door.
Well, you can't just WCW her and pull her out of it right away. You got to finish.
I understand that. No. I get that, but they are pushing her as a major heel.
Yeah.
If she was on her way out the door, they wouldn't be pushing her this hard. Correct. I agree with that. The plastic surgery that she had done, whoever did it needs to be slapped because he's horrible.
Oh, Andrade loves her.
So the one thing I didn't really like last night about Raw, maybe you guys liked it, and I didn't like it because I like this gimmick, was Elias putting his guitar in the fire.
Yeah, that piqued my interest. That
Yeah,
really
right there with you. You may not like it, but can I tell you something?
Where's it going? Where's it going?
Where's it going?
I understand that, but I
just
really
made
like the Elias.
You
I
just
really
made Elias
What's he gonna do
interesting.
next? Come out and play a piano? What's he doing? I don't know, man.
Buddy, let's just keep away from his singing. I hear his albums and his singing is not good.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Was Elias a performance center signee, or did he work the Indies?
He worked the Indies.
Okay, so obviously he didn't do that gimmick in the Indies. Going back, he could have done a dark character in the Indies, and he's going to go with that. Who knows?
I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure I might be mistaken, but I believe he was a CZW wrestler.
Okay.
I think he did some stuff with Moxley back in the day. Not much hardcore, but he was part of that CZW stuff. If you Google Elias before he was in WWE.
Oh my God! Will you stop with that? Stop! Don't listen to the mark sheets, you idiot! Oh my God! I can't believe he said that. What a moron! It's not cool. You fool!
Is that from Fingers? Maybe
Yeah.
is he joking?
That's from the Dog King. Go diddle your.
That must be a joke. Is that a
He
joke?
does this just to because he's seen what I posted when I put, and if James Forbes shows up, he does this. He'll come on with the last 2 minutes.
He'll pop on with like 2 minutes left.
Man, the pictures he posted Sunday going to my neighborhoods, St. Rocco. Buddy, you're from the Lincoln School side of Malden. St. Rocco ain't your feast. All right. The one in Maplewood is more to your being your feast. St. Rocco.
He Irish?
No, what?
Isn't he? Fingers is Irish, right?
I don't know what he is. He ain't from Edgeworth. He's from the. If you ain't from Edgeworth, you're from the other side of Malden. If you ain't from Little Italy, if you ain't from Edgeworth, San Rocco ain't your festival. Bang, Forbesy. You show up in that bright red Dave Chappelle crack shirt, which ain't bad, but still, what are you trying to do? Bring back memories to some of the old school crackheads in Edgeworth? And then that yarmulke on your head that rolled up.
He really is a clown.
I understand.
It's entertainment now for me. It really is.
He's a retired band guy from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and he thinks he's going on concert tomorrow. I understand the look at all. With that ugly looking hat that he curls up.
Was it pink? Was it pink?
No, it should have been, but it was red to match his crackhead shirt, which was a cool shirt. The Dog King is welcome in all four corners of Malden. Listen, buddy, back in the day when me, Cooker, LePage patrolled them street corners as young adolescents, not many people came into Edgeworth. We all converged over at Joe Noon's house with keg parties. But you're welcome in Edgeworth, even with that ugly looking yarmulke you were wearing.
Daddy, can you check if the pizza is cooled off?
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up in a minute, buddy. So then I love it. Forbes, it's because you're not on here tonight that I'm healing you out. You're running scared. Running scared. So we wrap things up with what Pelly's calling the match of the night, the main event of the evening, which pits the returning Randy Orton versus AJ Styles. I thought this match was a good one.
Yeah, if you want to sit down a student and watch them about just going out and working a match, I think maybe this might be the best match you can give them. But if you want to let them watch like a TV style like match of today to watch and learn about watching a match, just go out there and working, this may be a match they want to watch.
Oh, so his hat's not a yarmulke. He's Scottish.
That explains it all. You can take it down. Just take it down.
Remember the Saturday Night Live skit? I'm Scottish. I'm from Irish. It's not Scottish. It's crap. Forbes would appreciate that. But then again, here's a guy that's in his late 40s, early 50s, and he records an episode of the Flintstones, and he's complaining about Fred really not being a superhero. But then again,
you're a superhero in your own mind.
I found it funny. I bet you when he was 6, he loved that cartoon on Channel 6.
He must have got beat up a lot when he was a kid.
So, all right. With that being said, what do you guys think of the returning Randy Orton, and what did you think of the match?
I thought the match was great. Wasn't really expecting the heel turn to come that quick. So I don't know if it's a swerve right now by the WWE and they're actually going to be forced to tag together and get the titles.
Well, it's like what I wrote down in my notes here when he gave when Randy gave Riddle the air KO, it was like him teaching him, like, no, I'm the leader of this thing. I'm the man that's going to control whatever goes on in our tag team. Because Riddle knew it too. When he gave him the RKO, he was like being taught. He looked up and smiled. He was like, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Like,
But the thing of it, and I understand where you're coming from, but right now the fans are dictating a lot of what's going on. And as soon as he hit him with the RKO, he was instant heel. He got booed out of the building.
God.
Don't steal my thunder. I was going to put you over about you posting the video and how Cena got him over at the end of the show.
Right, but that was the cameras are off, so that doesn't mean.
Yep. That's right.
You know how WWE works. If it's not on TV, it didn't happen.
It's because it was whoever filmed the match afterwards was probably Cena versus one of the Usos is the main event, or Cena versus Roman Reigns, or Cena with two others versus the Usos and Roman Reigns is the main event at Monday Night Raw after it went off.
Yeah.
Maybe they could wait for the network.
Yeah,
so
You know how WWE is. If it didn't happen on TV, it didn't happen.
Exactly. So
we'll see what happens next week if he comes out as a heel or not.
So that match ended up being rated a B. I thought overall the WWE Monday Night Raw was. Listen, I don't think it was as bad as anything that they put on in the pandemic era. I think slowly but surely you're starting to see them build not newer characters, but make characters that they have established already, giving them more credibility. And I think it happens to be that they're putting the interest in is because they need to make the draft interesting. So, with that being said,
I'll tell you right now, the Ilya kid's amazing.
Dragunov, yes. I'll close out the show. Basically, I'll read the last analysis. The opening segment with Orton and Riddle was fine, if a little uneventful. The fact that Orton wasn't upset about Riddle costing him a spot in the Money in the Bank match was strange. The main event was a solid entry into this feud, but we have seen Orton and Styles do much better against each other. Riddle asking for and getting a hug from Orton at the end of the show probably made some fans happy, but the RKO Orton delivered a moment later probably made a lot of people even happier.
They need a heel.
Yeah.
Really do need a heel to hate on Raw. And Randy Orton, in my opinion, when he is a heel, is the best in the business.
Yep. Next to Miz.
Yep. Him and Miz are neck and neck.
And Mike's favorite, Charlotte Flair.
Got it, Kelly. I'll break the other ankle. What's the matter?
Doing a job.
I'll sneak across the border and hit you with a club and go home. I don't care.
All right, boys. So we'll do this again on Thursday night. Let's see what Forbes put up. A couple of Cena versus Corbin.
Ooh.
Okay, I like that.
It's not happening.
If they're really in there.
He's going to RKO his dog? That's animal abuse.
That's why the Dog King is going to RKO on the next show. RKO. All right. All right,
okay.
King Jack, no problem, my Yamaka. Dreidel, little dreidel.
Listen, put that up. Put that up. He's on me. Listen, anytime you think you're big enough, pack a lunch. Make sure you ask Rumble to be there. And the Great Kazoo, because you're going to need backup. Because you'll be in the hospital. Keep running your mouth, you clown.
All right. I'm going to end it with that right there.
The size of this hand, I'll leave it on your chest for a month.
So with that being said, let's give some pot words. Pelly, anything that you left out that you might want to add in?
No, I'm all right. So I've decided I'm going to apologize to Stiff Mike right now that I will be tuning into AEW tomorrow night and taking notes so I can Thursday night we can talk some AEW.
Kelly. I did like you.
All right.
I'll be tuning in tomorrow to watch paint dry. Anyways, Jimmy Fingers, you are a clown. Love you, but you're still a clown. Pink Cat clown. Other than that, I'm good.
Fingers, if I watch AEW tomorrow night, that means you have to come on Thursday and talk AEW with all of us.
He'll be like, Mike's going to pick on me. I don't want to come on.
I don't want to come on. Yeah, I didn't like Raw.
I picked on by Rumble.
I didn't like Raw. I thought Raw was like the loudmouth, annoying guy I listened to. Yeah.
Fingers and I agreed on one thing, and that the Lily thing.
We don't want to see that.
Believe me, there's probably nothing to see. We would need binoculars to see it. Oh, there's that little thing. There it is. Woo! That's
Buddy. You just killed everything.
Yeah, he did.
Oh. Yeah.
Was he not even paying attention that you got language and then he puts that up? What an idiot.
We already know
Pull the hair. Pull his hair.
We already know what you look like. It penis is on his shoulders already. The human pickle. All right, boys.
I do have to say that being on this show is very amusing to me. I love it.
All right.
Yeah, I like it too. It's a fun time.
Too bad the Great Gazoo couldn't come on so I can abuse him too. I really do need to use him.
James Forbes, there's been a fiend sighting. I'm right. I'm here on the Inside the Gorilla position. Tuesday Night Raw Talk. Tune in next week with Jason Rumble, Stiff Mike, and Abject Belly. I want them. Whoa, bro. We waved you, man.
Well, that's right up your alley with that gimmick.
Shane McMahon's here. Whoa. But Randy. Randy right here. Whoa, Randy. You're on the show with me. Riddle, I want to be WWE champion, you jabroni. Get off my coattails. RKO! With that being said, we'll see you Thursday night for Thursday Night Throwdown. I'm your host, Jason Rumble. For AJP, Adam Jack Belly for the APOC Stiff Mike. We're out of here. Peace.